Unit ready. Unit promoted. Reinforcements have arrived. Unit promoted.
Coming off the back of Tiberian Sun, I wasn't initially all that excited about Red Alert 2. I found the second part of the Tiberium series to be a dark, kinda depressing, sort of lifeless slog through overly long missions and unnecessarily huge and complex maps, as we discussed in the last video. But despite using the same game engine for this one, they did a really good job of making Red Alert 2 stand fully apart as its own thing. Where Red Alert had been conceived and executed closer to an expansion of Command & Conquer than a standalone experience, the confidence gained from the success of that release obviously fed into making Red Alert 2 a unique product. I got pretty hyped once I saw some screenshots and saw just how colourful it was. That really stands out in my mind. It's a bit ironic that the Space Laser Futuristic series became so dark and dull, leaving the Alternate History series, dealing with alternative real-world countries and conflicts, would be the one to adopt a more upbeat, comedic and colourful style, but there it is. Red Alert 2 wastes no time in telling you that it's going for all-out comedic B-movie cheesefest, because its intro movie just gets right into it.
And we've got Soviet aircraft coming at us from all directions and ground troops pushing up through Mexico.
We're supposed to be allies, you maniac. I'm the one that put you into office.
Listen very carefully. I am not your pet, Mr. President. Is it done, Yuri?
No, Comrade Premier. It has only begun.
Caricature Soviets and terrible special effects aside, Udo Kier is here. Udo Kier. You may remember him from such movies as Iron Sky, where there are space Nazis on the moon.
We come in peace!
Who are these guys anyway?
Nazis from the moon.
That's too much.
Und fegen alle diese Untermenschen von der Erdkarte.
We raise our hands to one nation. We march to the beat of one heart.
This is just a continuation of the celebrity stunt casting in Tiberian Sun, of course, but the inclusion of people like Kier, along with Carrie Wura from Sliders.
I hope the commander is up to speed because we don't have time to waste.
I'm sure Tanya has every confidence in you, Commander.
And Ray Wise, who I think is still the best on-screen representation of the devil in Reaper.
You had the demons attack me on purpose.
Now, how would I do that?
Because you know, if Alan thinks I'm involved with those demons, he'd be too afraid to talk to me, and he is.
You know, it's funny how it all worked out in my favor, isn't it? Huh?
This signalled their intent for this game to be a bit less Hollywood blockbuster and a bit more Saturday matinee, and I loved it.
Sir, urgent transmission from Agent Tanya in the field.
It looks like the commies have captured the academy, General.
Well, why the devil did you wait till now to contact us? We can't let Vladimir take that air base.
With all due respect, sir, we've been a little busy.
Commander, get Tanya out of the hole she's dug for herself and make her useful, would you? I'm sure she'll appreciate it.
The heck?
We seem to have lost Tanya's transmission.
There was no greater motivation for getting through these missions than seeing what the characters were going to be getting up to next, and it just got crazier and crazier as the game went on, culminating in allowing Kier to chew so hard on the scenery as the ultra-villainous Yuri that I doubt there was any of the set left after he was done.
This is my psychic beacon. With it, we can send any message we want. We will construct this device everywhere. In the end, the Americans will be ours. Mind, body, and if you like, soul.
The story sees the Soviets, having lost in canon in the original Red Alert, regroup and launch an all-out invasion of the USA in 1972, which you must spearhead if you choose to play as them, or defend against if you opt to play as the Allies. It's all presented in such a silly, goofy and funny way that you can't help but find it charming, even if you find the premise to be slightly in bad taste. We used to laugh at things that were in bad taste back then, as long as they meant well, and this does. The cast are well up for the laugh and everyone's on the same page, making it feel like just a bloody good time, and a plot that's well worth sticking to the end. It's interesting to me that this is the entry where they decided to make Tanya a kind of cartoon sex symbol, a la Jessica Rabbit. Something they would build on with Jenny McCarthy being cast in the role for Part 3. What we're all really here for, though, is Lieutenant Zofia.
Comrade General, my name is Lieutenant Zofia. It will be my job to see that your command runs smoothly.
I mean the combat's why we're here. For the combat. Because all of this would just be incidental if it wasn't serving a good real-time strategy game. And on that score, Red Alert 2 absolutely delivers. It's obvious that lessons were learned from the previous game, as the missions, at least until the late game, are far more manageable in length, with maps much improved and reduced in size, to provide an adequate theatre of combat without requiring a year-long search party to discover enemy bases. The balancing between forces is as good as ever, with cheap and powerful Soviet forces being much slower and easily outmaneuvered by more expensive but advanced Allied tech. There are also some nice additions, such as special units unique to particular countries on each faction. I also really enjoyed the new mechanic of garrisoning. Essentially, you can turn any building on the map into your own massive pillbox to mow down enemy troops before they even get near your base, by putting squads into them and having them shoot out the windows. I'm not sure why this is so satisfying, but seeing a wave of guys trying to rush you, and my own base defences essentially not lifting a finger, that's pretty awesome. There's a new sense of versatility in the vehicles too, with tanks that change role depending on which troops are inside. And of course, Tanya is as effective as ever.
Moving out, boss. On my way. Shake it, baby! Yeah, baby!
The expansion pack for this game is worth mentioning too, because instead of just giving you a few more maps and some challenging skirmish missions, Yuri's Revenge provides an entirely new game's worth of plot, complete with the cast all reprising their roles in more FMV cutscenes, and a whole new faction with unique units to learn. That new faction is Yuri himself, having broken away from the Soviets and built his own army, heavily reliant on mind control. The Allies and Soviets team up to stop him in the two respective storylines. But this also means that Yuri's army, playable in skirmish mode, provides an entirely new take on the CNC formula by giving you the power to take over enemy units and use them against your opponents. This actually might be one of the best value offerings ever in an expansion pack. It was essentially its own mini-sequel. Plus, Sofia's back.
Comrade General, it is pleasant to see you again, even under these circumstances.
The game's not perfect, there are still some odd difficulty spikes that come out of nowhere. Yes, I'm looking at you, Hawaii Naval Mission. And some people might argue that the formula was getting a little stale at this point, with other RTS games providing a bit more depth in terms of alternate kinds of strategy, and demanding a bit more thought than just build a lot of tanks, send tank to base, watch base explode. But I wasn't getting tired of it at all. It was and still is very good fun, and it's definitely worth playing today, because it recently went on Steam. Happy days.
Get yourself a cup of coffee, Commander. You look deader than a Texas armadillo.